After days of struggling to come to grips with her death, the people of Omaha and the nation have now reached the moment when it is time to honor a hero and say a formal goodbye to Omaha police officer Kerrie Orozco. This is a live look at St. John's Catholic Church on the Creighton campus. Good morning, I'm Mallory Maddox. We are interrupting our normal programming for the next several hours so we can bring you nonstop coverage of the funeral services for Officer Kerrie Orozco. The service is set to begin in just about 30 minutes, and we have multiple crews this morning working on team coverage of this somber event. John Nicely is live at St. John's Church on the Creighton campus where the funeral is taking place. Joe Chiodo is live at the CenturyLink Center. The center is open to the public this morning, and the service will be shared there on large screen TVs. Brian Mastry is live at St. Joseph's Cemetery where Officer Kerrie Orozco will be laid to rest. And Aaron Murray is just one of several reporters we have along the procession route the hearse will take. Now we want to go first to John Nicely standing by live now at St. John's. And from what I understand, it is getting very busy out there. The funeral begins at 11 o'clock this morning. And as we just took a live look inside St. John's Church there, you can see definitely the pews have been filling up as so many in our community want to honor Officer Kerrie Orozco. She worked for the Omaha Police Department for 7 years. She was a detective on the Fugitive Task Force, and it has just been an emotional week for our community since the moment this story first broke, learning a lot about Officer Orozco. She was a mother and a member of the Fugitive Task Force. Let's join Joe Chiodo. He is live now. Joe?
Yeah, Mallory, I heard you say it's been an emotional week, and those emotions carrying over here to the CenturyLink. Just a bit ago, a procession of thousands of officials have gone into the CenturyLink, and they were preceded by bagpipers. A very emotional moment. I shared it on social media, already getting a lot of shares. Lots of people here from different areas all over the country. I want to run you through just some of what we saw. Most recently, we saw Sioux Falls Police Department head into the CenturyLink Center, about 24 of them, but it extends even wider. We've seen police departments here from Minnesota, St. Paul, Indianapolis. We even talked with one officer from San Francisco. He asked his department to fly him in here because he actually is from Omaha. He grew up in Ralston. Now he flew in late last night, and he's leaving right after the funeral happens tonight. He said he wanted to be a part of this because it just means so much, because he knows exactly what these officers here in Omaha are going through, and he wanted to come support them. Another officer we talked to from Indianapolis tells me that just a bit ago they lost one of their own, so they figured a good way to pay tribute to their fallen officer was to come here and show support for our police department here as well. Now, I also have been in contact with the media relations person here at the CenturyLink. The doors opened for the public at 9 a.m. Again, the funeral gets underway at 11 o'clock. So about 2 hours worth of people coming in and out of the CenturyLink. Right in front of me right here, I can see some people making their way in as well. Right now, they have the lower bowl of the CenturyLink open, and that can hold about 8,000 people. The whole thing about this, though, is that they don't necessarily have an estimated number of what they're expecting. What we do know is that there are seats reserved for police departments. The Omaha Police Department reached out to the CenturyLink once they realized how big of an impact this has had on the entire community, which then expanded into the entire country. So there are reserved seats for police departments from all across the country if they RSVP'd that they plan to attend. Now, I heard you mention that this will be streamed live on big TVs inside the link for everybody to watch. What we're being told is that if it ends up being more than that 8,000 that the lower bowl can hold, that they will eventually lift back the curtains inside the CenturyLink and allow people to start filling up the bleachers. Now, just to run you through again some of the departments that we did see more locally, we saw Clay County, Cass County, the Department of Natural Resources, Iowa State Patrol, Lincoln Fire and Rescue, as well as I mentioned most recently, the Sioux Falls Police Department. It seems like most people are now inside the CenturyLink, and we're going to wait for that funeral procession to make their way past us. We'll send it back to you, Mallory, in the studio right now.
Thank you, Joe. True examples of how Officer Orozco's death is really making an impact across the nation. We want to join John Nicely now live. He is outside of St. John's where the funeral is set to take place in just under 30 minutes. And John, at last look, it looked like it was really filling in out there. Can you describe what it's like from where you're at?
Just to the west of St. John's Church, and it's a very somber and quiet time right now. The family has arrived with bagpipes playing, and also the honorary guard, the honorary pallbearers. Omaha police are now moving inside the St. John's Church, and this is quite a day here. It's just been everybody getting prepared here for the last 2 hours here at Creighton University. And behind me, all of the police officers have now moved inside. They also had a parade of horses that went through, one without a rider, significant of a fallen officer. And I'll step outside so you can see a little bit more. Just mentioned the horses, and you can see the first one without a rider. The pallbearers came into the church, followed by the family, and then a host of friends. Actually, 2 arrivals with bagpipes, and the service will begin at 11 o'clock. Seats about 700 people in St. John's Cathedral, and family and friends and police officers are inside there in the overflow at the Quest Center. Pastor Bond will be taking charge of the ceremony today, the presider, and it's significant that Archbishop George Lucas will be here as well. It's not normally the case, but in a situation like this where an officer has given her life for our community, he is here as well, so he'll have a part in the ceremony. There should be 2 speakers, homily by Pastor Bond, and then Archbishop will also share. And last night it sounds like Chief Schmatter decided that he'll share at the funeral today as well. Everybody's inside and the funeral begins at 11. We'll throw it back to you now, and it's just a very respectful time here at St. John's. Back to you.
Very powerful images coming from St. John's, as John mentioned. A horse going by with no rider, significant of a fallen officer. Also seeing St. John's fill in at this hour as hundreds, John said just over 700 people can attend the service inside the church. We are taking a live look at this time where Officer Kerrie Orozco's funeral is set to begin in 23 minutes. Joe Chiodo was live outside the CenturyLink Center where so many people can go to also honor Officer Orozco. And one of the things that has just really affected so many people with her story in our community is the fact that she was 1 day away from going on maternity leave to stay home with her beautiful baby girl, Olivia Ruth. Olivia was in the NICU. She was set to be released from the hospital when all of this situation played out right in front of our community. Again, this is St. John's Church, a live look. You can see a choir, you can see singers there performing for folks as they fill in to pay their respects for Officer Kerrie Orozco. We'll listen in a little bit here. The church flooded with flowers. So many people, time and time again since this happened last Wednesday, have done anything and everything they can to show support, whether it was leave a blue porch light on, whether it was buy the Support Blue t-shirts, donate to Officer Orozco Baby Girls College Fund, Olivia Ruth's fund, offer to help Omaha Police Department by taking food there. We saw the Nebraska State Patrol step in and offer to help the Omaha Police Department so many of their officers could mourn the loss of Officer Kerrie Orozco. She was 29 years old. She served 7 years on the Omaha Police Department. She was working for the Fugitive Task Force. And as Omaha Police Chief Todd Schmatter said, she had the courage to go after what they consider the worst of the worst. Again, this is a live look at St. John's Church, where in just 21 minutes, Officer Kerrie Orozco's funeral will take place. As you can see, it is a packed church at this hour. Thousands, the Omaha Police Department estimating that over 5,000 people will be part of the funeral and the visitation for Officer Kerrie Orozco. We have live team coverage. We have several of our reporters that are along the funeral procession route. We want to join reporter Erin Murray now. She is in Council Bluffs as we get prepared for that part after the funeral. Let's join her now.
Mallory, that is correct. I'm here on 25th and Broadway, and this is where the funeral procession will pass today on their way to the cemetery. One of the last rides honoring the fallen officer, Detective Kerrie Orozco. Now, out here today, we are expecting a lot of people, and even though we're an hour or so away from when we'll see this funeral procession, we're already seeing people. I'm going to step out of the way and have Wayne zoom in kind of farther down the street. This is past 25th, again on Broadway. You can see the people there with their umbrellas out, already setting up chairs And I want you to look at the color they're wearing. This is a big part of today. They're wearing blue for this Support Blue movement here in honoring her. But they're not the only ones. I'm going to have Wayne also kind of zoom back out. Right across the street, because of the rain, we do see a lot of cars here, and they're not moving, they're not shopping. They're here getting ready, waiting in their cars while the rain is coming down, waiting to pay their respects when the funeral procession comes by. There are a few people standing out in umbrellas, and like I said, all of them wearing blue. Now, this weather is something we do want everybody to think about today. We highly encourage everyone to come out and pay their respects, but you are going to want to bring an umbrella. You are going to want to bring a jacket. Definitely showers throughout the day, so kind of want to think ahead there with that. Now, where I'm standing is right here in front of Thomas Jefferson High School, and you know, this school and others here in the community have shared with us so much about Kerrie Orozco. And on the first night of her death, we heard some of those stories from the people who knew her best. And we went and spoke to those people. And here is what they had to say about a woman they call one of a kind.
When I see kids in the neighborhoods playing out in the streets, and I tell them, hey, how old are you? Hey, you're 9. Hey, cool, you can join our baseball team.
Family, community, the job. Officer Kerrie Orozco loved it all, surrounding herself with more than most people could handle. At almost 7.5 years on the Omaha police force, Orozco worked as a detective in the gang unit.
She was a friend, popular officer, a top-notch person, and I just can't imagine that this has even happened, but Officer Orozco is a top-notch individual in the city of Omaha. Owes her a debt of gratitude and her family like no other.
Her love for her community spilled over even more into the volunteering she did. From Shop with the Cop to volunteering as a baseball coach at the North Omaha Boys and Girls Club. Teen director there, Abdul Muhammad, calls her the bread and butter of the program.
We at the game, we the only dugout with 25, 30 kids, and she finds a way to let all them kids play. While I'm saying, Kerrie, this kid haven't been to practice, this guy, they'll play. They'll play.
Working with 9 and 13-year-olds, she had a way of forming bonds with kids that were unbreakable. She voiced her approach to bettering kids in a video with Omaha police.
A lot of it is changing the mind of these kids, that what they see as cool isn't as cool as being responsible, isn't as cool as going to school and getting good grades.
Along with her community and co-workers, Orozco is also a wife, daughter, sister, stepmother, and recently gave birth to her first child, a little girl born premature just 2 months ago. Olivia Ruth was supposed to come home from the hospital Thursday.
To know that that little baby is going to miss this special woman is just, it really hurts my heart.
And while Orozco is a person no one can replace, she's also a person no one will ever forget.
All of us will carry a piece of Coach K with us because that's the kind of person she was.
Detective Orozco, definitely one of a kind. Now, like I said earlier, we're standing here out in front of Thomas Jefferson High School, which still has students in for the school year. But when the funeral procession comes by today, the principal has asked all the students not only to wear blue in support, but to also come out and pay their respects to this officer who gave the ultimate sacrifice. Now, like they have said, we're going to be here along the funeral procession today, reporting all the other stories of people here showing their support. So keep it here on Channel 6. Mallory, back to you in the studio.
All right, thank you. That is Aaron Murray reporting live. And I really think it's Officer Orozco's service we've heard about time and time again, of course, hearing from the Boys and Girls Club. She was so dedicated to helping so many children in our community. WOWT 6 News' Brian Mastry is standing by live at the cemetery. He has been covering this story since the very beginning. Let's join him now.
Mallory, a steady rain is underway here at St. Joseph Catholic Cemetery in Council Bluffs. Has been pretty steady here for the last 10 minutes or so. We timed the drive maybe about an hour ago, and from about 24th Street and St. John's at Creighton, it took maybe 10-15 minutes to get here. So that gives you kind of a timeline after the services wrap up and for when the burial takes place. We'll zoom in here. You can see that the tarp is up over some chairs and such. Of course, that'll be set aside for the family of Officer Kerrie Orozco. She will be buried in that spot, kind of tucked between two gravestones that I saw that said Moore and the Payne families. It's right on the corner, so this is where the families will get together. All the officers, hundreds of officers, many from other different agencies, will pull into this cemetery and the service will begin. As we were pulling into the area, Mallory, right at the entrance to the cemetery, and there are about 2 or 3 cemeteries here that are kind of commingled, it has a big blue banner, and it is something that we've commonly seen here in the last few days, and that's #CarryOn. And that is what the mourners will be greeted as they come here into Council Bluffs. Carry on. And as you noticed yesterday in a photo that was shared widely across the internet, it was her baby that, remember, she was due to take maternity leave the next day, but she was killed in the line of duty, and family had put her baby, 3-month-old Olivia, into a onesie that said, "Keep calm and carry on." Kind of that same message here. But we will, hopefully that rain kind of holds off for the people that end up coming here probably in the next hour to 90 minutes. Mallory?
Thank you. That's Brian Mastery reporting live from the cemetery. Right now, we're taking a live look inside St. John's. And as you can see, it is absolutely packed. We are about 14 minutes away from the beginning of Officer Kerrie Orozco's funeral. We've heard beautiful church music playing. The entire church packed with flowers as so many in our community come out to honor Officer Orozco. Now, the Omaha Police Department did ask that only those officers close to Kerrie and friends and family be allowed to attend this service, simply because the church only holds over 700 people. The rest are going to be attending at the CenturyLink Center, where we heard earlier from Joe Chiodo saying departments from all across the nation have flown into Omaha. They are at the CenturyLink Center to honor her and to attend her service. There are big screens set up there for those to watch the viewing and the funeral tonight. My co-anchor John Nicely is live just outside of St. John's. He has been talking with officers as they arrive and bringing us the latest images from just outside. Let's join him now live. And John, I know it's been a very powerful morning outside.
Very powerful indeed, Mallory. Even the 140 volunteers from Creighton University, very reverent as they do their task in helping to make this possible here at Creighton. And it's a massive organization, and they've done just such a tremendous job. The officers all showing great respect, full dress uniform, and honoring their fallen fellow officer. And the honor guard actually is an elite honor guard for the Omaha Police. They practice throughout the year for occasions like this. And if you watch them, you see they're very precise in their movements, very respectful, reverent, and it's designed to be that way. And we did see them earlier, and they're outside the church just moments ago, actually preparing for when the service is over to bring the casket out. And so we do have a little bit about the honor guard and also the honor drums and bagpipe corps. They put a lot of work into this, and Captain McGee explained a little bit about that for us. Let's listen.
And then what we'll do at the end of that at the cemetery is what we call the last call, or over a radio channel we'll call Kerrie's radio call sign. And
it's okay. Take a moment if you need it. Take it if you need it.
And there'll be no response. And then they'll read a piece saying that Officer Orozco has answered her last call.
We're back live just outside of St. John's Church. This is Captain McGee, and he's had a very busy morning. And I just noticed all the officers I've seen preparing 2 hours ahead of time, just very reverent and respectful.
Yeah, we've been practicing actually since last Thursday when we knew we were going to plan a funeral. Put everything together. We wanted to honor Kerrie and honor her sacrifice and dedication to this city. We take this very seriously. This is a very somber event for us and a heartbreaking event for us. So we want it to be respectful and honoring to Kerrie and her family as much as possible.
Well, it certainly appears that way too, and it's interesting because we're celebrating a tremendous life today in our community, but at the same time it's a reverent and awe at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, she was quite a girl, quite an officer, quite a human being, and that's what you celebrate here. Yes, she laid down her life for another to protect our community. Truly, that thin blue line that separates, you know, the good section of community from the section of community that makes bad choices. And then all the things that she was involved in, the community bridge building, networking, and truly trying to make a positive difference in our community here.
Yeah, without recognition.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know Kerrie real well. I knew her in passing. And being on the department as long as I have, I didn't know she was involved in all these things. And it's amazing to hear. And I guarantee you, John, there's other people doing the same thing. Again, you don't know about it until tragedy like this strikes.
That's true. Well, thanks, Captain, for stopping by.
You're welcome.
Captain McGee of the Omaha Police Department. And as he mentioned, we're learning so many things about Officer Orozco. One thing that I learned is the fact that she was an altar girl, Walnut, Iowa, growing up, and normally that starts to end at about the 8th grade. She was so committed to her Catholic faith and serving the church, she volunteered to stay on until she was a senior in high school. If there was an event, if there was a need, somebody to serve at the altar, Kerrie was the one that would volunteer and be there to do it. So Hector planning a very liturgical celebration today is what it's called. It's a funeral mass. There will be communion served, tremendous music, and there will be guitars, piano, harp, cello. All of this will be going on during the service as well, and singing. And I should mention also that Pastor Bond is bilingual, so some of the service today will probably hear a little bit in Spanish. It's just a different situation because it's a celebration of a young person's life who gave so much in a short time, 29 years, and at the same time, it's just so respectful. So Mallory, that's the scene here at St. John's Church, and we'll send it back to you.
Thank you. That's John Nicely reporting just outside of the church as we take a live look inside at St. John's. As you can see, the church is completely packed as we are 8 minutes away from the start of the funeral for Officer Kerrie Orozco. We just heard from Captain Michael McGee, and really echoing what so many officers feel. It's so hard to keep it together, and coming to tears when he mentioned the last call for Officer Kerrie Orozco today that will be performed. Again, she was only 29 years old. She was the first female police officer killed in the line of duty that our community has ever seen. She grew up in Walnut, Iowa. That's a town of about 800. So many people in her community have really stepped up to honor her and have come forward to really share their stories of who Officer Kerrie Orozco was. The one thing we keep hearing over and over again, whether it's through her work on the Omaha Police Department or her volunteerism, is how she made it a mission to help kids in need, and she made it a mission to give back to so many organizations in our community, the Special Olympics, the Boys and Girls Club. She volunteered as an altar girl. She would do Shop with a Cop events. She would always take her free time in our community to do for others. And Omaha Police Chief Todd Smotter saying she was a top-notch individual. The city of Omaha owes her a debt of gratitude and her family like no other. We also heard from Detective Marcus Taylor. NBC National News has also been covering Officer Orozco's story. They interviewed her. He was on the OPD gang unit with her, just describing how they would pull through North Omaha and she would stop her patrol car. Kids would run up. She would pass out stickers to them. She would give them a hug. Everybody knew who she was. They recognized her because of all of her work with these kids in the community. And Detective Taylor saying one of the toughest things for her was when she would see a child she had worked with that decided perhaps to take the wrong path in life, and how hard that was for Detective Kerrie Orozco to handle. She was a wife, she was a mother. As John mentioned, her baby girl, Olivia Ruth, was set to come home from the hospital the day after the shooting took place. Again, we're taking a live look at this hour at St. John's Church. This is where the funeral services will get underway in just over 5 minutes. For Officer Kerrie Orozco, the church holds just over 700 people. There is not a single space in any of the pews for anyone. Omaha Police inviting Officer Orozco's family, her closest friends, and fellow officers inside the church for this personal funeral as they get set to honor one of the best police officers Omaha has ever known. We also have live team coverage outside the CenturyLink Center at this hour, where others are going to honor her. As Joe Chiodo mentioned earlier, Police officers nationwide flying into Omaha, showing their respects. Also, all the departments across the state, the Nebraska State Patrol, Nebraska Game and Parks, all of the police departments, Cass County, Plattsmouth, Washington County, all of them coming into Omaha today to pause and reflect on Officer Kerrie Orozco. Let's listen in for just a moment on the music. Another very powerful moment our community saw this week was the Honor Guard, the honor flag arriving into our community. It's traveled over 7,000 miles. Our cameras captured it live as that honor flag was being brought in, something that signifies the loss of fallen police officers. It will stay with Kerrie until she is laid to rest today. From there, it'll head back to Texas and onward to the next city that loses a hero. The founder of the Honor Network said Kerrie was a superhero, someone who gave her life, who wanted to make a difference in this community. And she was gunned down by her community, by people in her own community that she wanted to protect, whose lives that she wanted to have changed. The flag had to be here because it represents her.